need to learn to leverage on whatever resources that is available to you at your disposal. Guess what? This world of internet has come to stay, and a lot of people have their attention ready for you to come and leverage on, only that you don't know how to leverage on it. And it's actually a billion-dollar company if you know how to leverage on other people's attention. Before you can leverage on other people's products, you need to be able to develop some skills such as negotiation, such as persuasion. Let me tell you one powerful quote that whatever you are paying attention to will actually pay you. Paying attention to development, you're paying attention to growing up, you're paying attention to wealth, you're paying attention to good people and good things. Guess what happens in life? Good things begin to happen in your way. You begin to move forward. You begin to progress because that's what you see and that's what your mind is on. Things you watch on the TV, the kind of programs you listen to, even on the radio, the kind of words you hear. All these are what you are paying attention to, and they will definitely pay you in one way or the other because as much as you do, they accumulate over time. Leverage. Leveraging on other people's attention is what we're talking about today. I know some of you will be saying, is it anything that we need to leverage? Yes. If you want to become a billionaire, ladies and gentlemen, you need to learn to leverage on whatever resources that is available to you at your disposal. And guess what? This world of internet has come to stay, and a lot of people have their attention ready for you to come and leverage on, only that you don't know how to leverage on it. And it's actually a billion-dollar company if you know how to leverage on other people's attention. By the way, you need to start from yourself. In all my teachings, I usually tell you, before you can leverage on other people's time, you need to be able to maximize the use of your own time. Before you can leverage on other people's expertise, you need to have an expert in one field or another. Before you can leverage on other people's products, you need to be able to develop some skills such as negotiation, such as persuasion, so that one way or the other, maybe personality such as trust, credibility, so that people trust you enough to give you that product. So what I'm saying in essence is that you don't just leverage, but first you need to be able to understand the fact that people will actually measure you in one way or another before you are able to leverage on their products or services or whatever it is. Now, guess what we are talking about today? Some people might be kind of confused. How do you then leverage on other people's attention? To start with, let me tell you one powerful quote that whatever you are paying attention to will actually pay you. Have you heard this before? If you are paying attention to development, you are paying attention to growing up, you are paying attention to wealth, you are paying attention to money, you are paying attention to good people and good things, guess what happens in life? Good things begin to happen in your way. You begin to move forward. You begin to progress because that's what you see and that's what your mind is on. But if you pay attention to bad things, bad stuff, negative energy, bad people, you walk around them, and paying attention doesn't necessarily mean just looking and it also involves things you watch on the TV, the kind of programs you listen to, even on the radio, the kind of words you hear. All these are what you are paying attention to, and they will definitely pay you in one way or the other because as much as you do, they accumulate over time. First, don't forget that I'm starting with you yourself as a human. I said that whatever you pay attention to will pay you. Do you understand? So in essence, take for example, if some people, they are not able to move further in their life because they are actually paying attention to the pain they are in. They are paying attention to the moment of what is not happening. And guess what happened? The ripple effect of that is, if you pay attention to lack is what you are going to continuously see, and you are never going to see abundance. But even when you are at the state of lack, you decided to pay attention to abundance, which is hard for a lot of people to do. And that's why you have a lot of people that are not having things, because naturally you are not supposed to have anything until what you work for. There's no such thing like luck. Luck definitely is defined by a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of other successful people that I've heard from. as preparedness. Luck is something like you are prepared and then you see opportunities passing by and then you just grab it. That's what is called luck. Otherwise, there's nothing as such. Because as much as you depend on luck to happen, the more poorer you become. Do you understand? Yes, we are not saying there is no luck, but luck has to come with your preparation. Miracle has to happen with your preparation. So, in other words, choose carefully what you pay your attention to. What you use your time to do, you are paying attention with your time with that thing. What you use your ears to listen to, you are actually paying your attention to that thing. What you use your eyes to watch. How many of you have observed that if you are very particular about watching curvy, sexy girls, and then you always browse through the internet and you're always looking around where there are bad things to look? How many of you have noticed that these things sit in you and then you probably might even just, you'll be seeing whatever you are seeing. In fact, you can watch a lady passing by and then maybe what you are observing is just the inner part of her, even when she's unclothed. True life story, these things happen. And the reason why it's happening like that is you have paid so much attention to it that this thing now want to pay you back. The same thing is happening. If you are paying attention to lack, like you are going through a difficult phase right now, that's okay. We are going through challenges and problems, that's also okay. For a lot of people go through this, particularly myself. I've been running from one problem to another since I've decided to become an entrepreneur. Completely different from being an employee. Because every day you wake up to new challenges, new problems. But guess what we do? We absorb the problem, analyze it, digest it, see what is the next strategy and the next plans to move on, and then we move with powerful force. We learn from these challenges and then make sure that we set preventive measures. And then, in fact, challenges has only come to pass one message, which is he has only knocked on your door to tell you it's time to move on, it's time to grow, it's time to progress. This is how we have looked at challenges. Now, but for you, it's just an avenue for you to give excuses. It's just an opportunity for you to give up, to stop trying, or to complain. This is not the life of a billionaire and a successful person. I don't know if you are following. So, in other words, let me not digress too much, but you need to pay attention to quality things so that you can be able to harness quality things. If you pay attention to substandard is what you continuously see. And guess what? You mustn't be a standard before you raise your standard of thought. I don't know, this is powerful. You mustn't become wealthy before you raise your thought of wealthiness, your thought of abundance. It's just your thought, and wealth starts actually from your thought. Think carefully about whatever you want, craft them out carefully. Listen to it over and over, read it to yourself, and then begin to internalize it. Yes, your situation right now is overwhelming and you probably will never even believe that you can be successful, you can be wealthy. But guess what? You can. You only need to visualize it in a thoughtful manner, using your mind to see beyond who you are today. It is not with your ordinary eyes. I've said this time and time again. If you really want to see a vision, you want to see far beyond you into the future, you need to learn to see with your eyes closed. How many of you notice this? But if you just want to see the physical world, just want to see what is appearing just before you, like I'm watching myself on this video right now, I just need my physical eyes. But if I want to see beyond this video, what it tends to bring into my life, the quality of the people that might likely attract by doing this video, or maybe you watching me right now, the kind of vibes you get. If I want to see beyond the physical self of this video now, I might need to be thinking things like that. Making such video, what are the caliber of people I'm attracting by doing such things? See, you don't achieve anything until you become that thing. A lot of people will argue it, but you can never achieve so much wealth until you become wealthy within you first. So, in a lot of ways, I have realized that by paying attention to things over the time, those things will now begin to pay you over time. How many of you are enjoying this video? If you are, please type on the comment section any powerful of my quotes that you've heard me say through this session. But finally, let me give you an example. Did you notice that a lot of influencers, all these people on the media, like if you're in the Nigerian space, you must have heard about people like Very Dark Man, people like Blessing CEO, people like Ordinary President, people like, sorry I'm joining a lot of people at the same time, but they play their separate roles, right? But I want to bring your attention to something. Do you know that these people have learned to leverage on other people's attention on them by creating some kind of vibes, some kind of product and services, some kind of appearance on the internet? They are well known for doing one certain things that people come to pay attention to, because in the first place they have paid their attention to these people by doing that thing. You are watching me right now as one of the most influential entrepreneur and business coach from Africa, Nigeria to be precise. That's what I call myself, and I'm already creating this impression on the media, and a lot of people are getting to vibe with me because that's the attention I'm paying. And then obviously with time they are going to begin to pay me the same attention. Anytime you have the opportunity to create attention, please create it. Any opportunity for you to make people notice, yet it is not a fake one, because people can understand. People can really read in between the line if you are paying a fake attention. Even a child can really understand that you are paying me a fake attention. It is not fake. You have to be real. People like Dark Man, for example, Very Dark Man that I've mentioned, when he started helping people, he started kind of regulating some media stuff that are irregular. Do you understand? So with time, he was paying people's attention. I mean, he was paying people his time, his energy, his a lot effort to be able to help people, right? So but now, do you know, as at the time here now that he's going to start an NGO, millions of naira begin to pop into his account just within 24 hours of establishing the NGO and giving out the account details. Now let me go back to people like Ordinary President. I'm just going to use these three as an example. Ordinary President is well known for what? For helping people, the vulnerable. These people are actually similar, but they work in their different space amazingly. And do you know, you are also different in your field, in your initiative, in your uniqueness. You are just not discovering it. You are not working towards it. You are not refining yourself. Probably you are just been complaining. But guess what? In the early childhoods of people like Ordinary President, he has gone through some turbulences, some difficulties, some tough times, coming from a, like in his own words, he said, from a wretched home, if there's anything like that. But guess what? He's helping people make millions right now. Guess what? I am one of the people that were lucky to be under his mentorship, based on the fact that I attended one of the Brekete family's educational program. This the one that is being handled by Kelechi Dem and Co, the e-commerce team. By the way, I'm into e-commerce full time now. They didn't teach me everything I needed to know, but they helped me start the journey. They helped me kickstart the journey. The time I was frustrating as a lecturer from the university, looking out for something to do, that was when I paid the sum of 10,000 naira only. And that was where people like Uyi then, people like this man that I've just mentioned, Kelechi Nkocha, Mr. Kelechi, thank you so much. I want to appreciate those people. They really inspired me from that start. And I was able to see into the future that, look, this e-commerce is lucrative. There's a lot for me to gain here. I actually pay a little attention and a little resources to be able to take the little guidance they gave me. And guess what today? That little attention that I've been paying into learning e-commerce, and of course I'm even teaching others right now too, is actually paying me huge right now. What are you paying your attention to right now so that that thing can pay you later? I often tell people that even difficult times, there's a way you pay attention to difficult times such that you allow the difficult time pass through you. I said that if you are going through tough time, please, can you kindly allow the tough time to also go through you? Can you not be reluctant so that you can learn through it? Yes, that's the way to go. But a lot of people, they have been rejecting the tough time, and then the tough time keep going after you, and then it keep growing. So by the time you pay attention to whatever it is, quality things, let me remind you, guess what? You're going to reap quality value, quality product and services. You just have to stay quite long enough to be able to reap whatever you are paying attention to. And guess what? If you are careless and never even conscious about paying attention to things, your attention will automatically be paid to things that are irrelevant, and it's going to pay you in an irrelevant way. I hope you are learning. Thank you so much for watching my session this day. We're going to do this tomorrow again. I come here to teach every day. I'm one of the most influential entrepreneur and business coach. In fact, the most influential entrepreneur and business coach from Africa, Nigeria to be precise. My name is Kabir Abdulkadir. In case you are watching my session for the first time, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, follow, and then share with others so that they too can benefit from it. See you again tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye for now. One love.